So Uma now is one of the people that it all sort of came through Uma. Who is Uma married to? One of the great sleazebags of our time. Anthony Weiner. Did you know that? She's married to Anthony Weiner. You know, the little bing, 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 bum, bum. I love you very much. So, no, think of it. So Uma is getting classified secrets. She's married to Anthony Weiner, who's a perv. No, he is. He is. So she's married. Now, these are confidential documents. She's married to this guy who's... And guess what happens to Anthony Weiner? A month ago, I see he went to work for a public relations firm. Do you believe it? Now, if you think that Uma isn't telling Anthony, who she's probably desperately in love with, in all fairness to Anthony, because why else would she marry this guy? Can you believe it? Can't see straight. But if you would... Look, think of it. So Uma's got... It's coming through Uma. She's got a lot of stuff, a lot of information. Who knows? So she's married to a bad guy. I know Anthony Weiner for a long time. I knew before they caught him with the bing, 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 right? And he was a bad guy then. It turned out that he was a really bad guy. So she's married to Anthony Weiner. Do you think there's even a 5% chance that she's not telling Anthony Weiner, now of a public relations firm, what the hell is coming across? Do you think there's even a little bit of a chance? I don't think so. Are there any women in this room who are in love with their husbands who wouldn't be telling them everything? You would or wouldn't? No, she said, I wouldn't, but I'm in love. No, you will. A lot of money. That'll be next. No, they'll be doing that next. So they're building this massive plant, and I said to myself, okay, let's say that Jeb Bush or Hillary or one of these politicians, all talk, no action, all controlled by lobbyists and special interests and donors, people like me from previous months, okay? Total control. Bing, bing, bong, bong, bing, bing, bing. You know what that is, right? So I said, let's say that Jeb Bush is president. Now, he's not a stupid person. I agree with you, but you know, he was so nice to me at the debate. And by the way, they said I won the debate. Is that nice? Is that nice? Right? The polls came out and said I won. And boy, did I have nasty questions. I stood up there and said, I don't believe this. Some of those questions. Actually, Rosie O'Donnell saved me. This is one time she saved me. I never thought I'd be giving credit to Rosie, but in this case, she was great.
And they take over. We didn't take the oil. So for 4 years, I've been talking about it. Then because of Paris, all of a sudden, they start bombing the oil. But I didn't want to just bomb the oil. I wanted to take the oil. They're bombing. You know, we're bombing. Great. What's going to happen after that? So we're bombing. And you know, we're not really bombing it because they're still selling it. I say, how can they keep selling? Obama doesn't want to hit them too hard because he's afraid he's going to pollute the atmosphere. No, this is serious. Now think of it. He talks about the carbon footprint, and yet he'll fly a very old Air Force One, an old Boeing 747 with the old engines and, you know, spewing stuff. So he's got a problem with the carbon footprint. You can't use hairspray because hairspray is going to affect the ozone. I'm trying to figure out. Let's see, I'm in my room in New York City, and I want to put a little spray so that I can... Right? But I hear where they don't want me to use hairspray. They want me to use the pump. Because the other one, which I really like better than going bing, 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 and then it comes out in big globs, right? And you're stuck in your hair and you say, oh my God, I got to take a shower again. My hair's all screwed up. Right? I want to use hairspray. They say, don't use hairspray. It's bad for the ozone. So I'm sitting in this concealed apartment, this concealed unit. You know, I really do live in a very nice apartment, right? But it's sealed. It's beautiful. I don't think anything gets out. And I'm not supposed to be using hairspray. But think of it. So Obama's always talking about the global warming. That global warming is our biggest and most dangerous problem, okay? No, think of it. I mean, even if you're a believer in global warming, ISIS is a big problem. Russia's a problem. China's a problem. We got a lot of problems. By the way, the maniac in North Korea is a problem. He actually has nuclear weapons, right?
The polls, and the polls go up just like the evangelicals in Iowa. The polls, I start bing, and every single 2 or 3 weeks when the polls come out, they said, well, now he's reached his cap. I started at 6. It went to 9. It went to 12. It was like a rocket ship, right? You've seen it. I mean, I'm not telling you anything. And it went to 20, and it went to 22, and then the other day, in a Fox poll, it went up 2. And I'm killing everybody. And they say, other people are surging. Trump is staying still, but I'm up. I went up. I didn't stay still. I went up 2 points, right? I think 2 points. And I had another one where I'm 33. And the next one, I think, was like 12 or 15. And they don't want to report it. They don't put the poll out. I said, why aren't you putting the poll out? Well, we don't like that poll. It's a great poll.
It's going to be the new China, because what they're doing to us is unbelievable. Although they did catch El Chapo. Good? They did catch El Chapo. That's good. I mean, I don't know. We better not escape a third time. You know, those tunnels, bing, boom, right under the toilet. Bing, boom, right up. It's pretty amazing when you think about it, right? But anyway, I have an idea. Put them on the 4th floor this time, right? No more first floors. Anyway.
Against me, viciously. It's a horrible business, actually. The profession, whatever the hell you call it. It's horrible. So Perry came out, and he went from 5 to 0, and he left. Walker, he was a friend of mine. He was up in my office a year ago, gave me a plaque because I supported him. The professionals, you support somebody, you get a plaque, okay? I get a lot of plaques. Bing, you know what I do? I use them to put pictures of my family in there. But he came up, and he gave me a plaque, and he thanked me very much. And he was so nice. And then one of his guys came out and said bad things about me. Like, I said, whoa, is that really? Yeah, said bad. Trump's bad. He's a bad guy. I said, oh, thank you. And then I hit Walker very hard. And he was supposed to win. Do you remember? He was favored to win. They said governor of Wisconsin, but, well, I gave the real numbers. And I saw a magazine. It was a puff piece on him, but in one paragraph it said, big deficits, big strife, schools are in trouble, roads are in trouble. I said, I didn't know this. I thought it was all good. So I just gave those facts in Iowa, standing in Iowa, big news conference, and he got wiped out. And then So I'm watching a game yesterday. What used to be considered a great tackle, a violent, head-on, violent, if that was done by Dick Butkus, it'd say he's the greatest player. If that were done by Lawrence Taylor, it was done by Lawrence Taylor and Dick Butkus. And Ray Nitschke, right? Ray Nitschke. Used to see these tackles, and it was incredible to watch, right? Now they tackle. Oh, head-on-head collision, 15-yard. The whole game is all screwed up. You say, wow, what a tackle. Bing, flag. Football's become soft. Football has become soft. Now, I'll be criticized for that. They'll say, oh, isn't that terrible? But football's become soft like our country has become soft. It's true.
33 just came out. That's Iowa. We love Iowa. By the way, great ship. Named after Iowa, too, right? I've been with that one, too. A really great one. The other big poll that came out just 2 days ago was the national poll. Trump 36. And then I won't even mention the other numbers because they're so low. You know, when you have so many people running, we had 17, and then they started to drop. Ding, ding. I love it. And you'll be losing a lot over the next little while. I would imagine. I don't know. When somebody's down at 0, I would think that eventually they'll drop out. For Trump, 55%. Everyone else, no. On the budget, I'm really good at these things. Economy, budget, so I sort of expected this. On the budget, Trump, this is with 15 people remaining. Trump, 51%. Everyone else, bing. Why do we lose all these kids? They go over there, they're young, they're impressionable. They go over, they want to join ISIS. And we have our anchors. I think I got them mostly stopped. Did you notice that? I don't hear it too much. But they say the young mastermind. Oh, he's Brilliant young man. He's brilliant. I don't even think he's got a high IQ. I call him, in Paris, I called him the guy with the dirty, filthy hat. Okay? Not a smart guy, a dummy. Puts people in there, a mastermind. Bing, bing, bing. They start shooting everybody. You got to be a mastermind. So the press has to be responsible. They're not being responsible because we're losing a lot of people because of the internet. And we have to do something. We have to go see Bill Gates and a lot of different people that really understand what's happening. And he knows the system better than me. I knew it from the other side. Don't forget, I was the fair-haired boy. I was like the establishment. They'd all come to me, and I'd give them all money. I'd write checks sometimes to senators, whatever the max, bing, bing, bing. I used to say, senators, don't come to my office. Anybody that's a U.S. senator and calls me, we'll send you a campaign contribution. But you know what? I'll tell you something. In the end, the people that give these millions of dollars to these horrible, corrupt PACs, they're corrupt. They totally control Bush and Rubio, and I won't say Cruz because he's been very nice to me. With the crazy computers. You know, in the old days, everything was better, right? The car seats. You'd sit in your car, and you want to move forward or back, you press a button, bing, bing. Now you have to open up things, press a computer, it takes you 15 minutes. Well, the same thing I figured with cameras. I didn't think they moved. I figured they were fixed for certain reasons. And then I saw a protester, and those cameras were bent in positions like you wouldn't have believed possible. So they're very dishonest people. What can I say? Not all of them, but most of them. Today, some little wise guy, he looked like he was 12 years old, he's got a camera. I'm signing autographs. And I'm going like, he's asking me questions. Talking about the wall. We're going to build a wall. We're going to build this. And I'm signing autographs, and there's music playing in the background. And I'm leaving, bing, 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 signing. And this little wise guy sitting there. And he's asking me questions. It's not even important. Then I said, who are you with? He said, NBC. Once he said that, I didn't bother answering anymore because I know. Although they did do me on Saturday Night Live, and they were good. How about the other guys? How about the other guys? They now want equal time. Okay? Like Pataki. Pataki wants equal time. Not going to help. He's got 0. They could give him 12 Saturday Night Lives, an hour and a half a night. Not going to have any impact. He'll still have 0. Reading it. I mean, give me a break. Everything's red. You don't really test the mettle of a man or a woman unless they can get up on stage and talk. And that's what we ended up getting. The king of teleprompters. But so when I look at these things here, I say, you know what? It's so much easier. You know, it would be so nice. Just ba, 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 bing, 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 no problems. Get off stage. Everybody falls asleep. And that's the end of that. But we have to do something about these teleprompters. But in looking at the situation, I built an incredible company.
Okay. So I know a lot about Twitter and Facebook. Actually, I won't say. Somebody said I'm the Ernest Hemingway of 140 characters. Can you believe it? I was actually given that credit. And I do mostly do it myself. You know, sometimes I'll dictate to a secretary, you know, in the middle of the day. I'm not going to always, I'll say, bum, 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 put it out, @real Donald Trump. Everybody immediately sign up, @real Donald Trump. Costs you nothing. What the hell? You're not going to lose anything. Have it. But I've got almost 5 million people, and going to soon have way over 5 million people, because we picked up, I think last week, over 100,000 people in a short period of time, and we're picking up a lot. And it's fun. And, you know, it's like owning the New York Times without the losses. It's tremendous. It gives you a lot of power. You know, if somebody says something badly about you, in the old days, I wouldn't know. I'd go, cool, I'm going to get that guy. But now I just say, oh, I said something bad. Bing, bing, bing. I say really bad about that. And all of a sudden, it's amazing. But what has happened is ISIS, and Facebook incredible too, and we're doing great on Facebook, almost 5 million on Facebook. But I